Just thought I'd make a quick update. Oh, look at that. Car's not starting well. That's alright. Yeah, so I'm at this marina here where the yacht's moored, and the grounds are pretty grungy when I got here, honestly, to me. There's a concrete edge underneath the boundary fence there. There's a footpath across here, goes down there, and another footpath that goes down to the pier. And I just got the tomahawk out and started to do the edges. The bin was just getting, the rubbish bin, which is back there on the left, I don't know, must be a couple of thousand litres or something, like a skip bin, was just getting biffed any old place. And there was rubbish lying around, etc. And since I've got there, I've trimmed half of the edges up with my tomahawk and filled the potholes in the driveway, and I'm looking at water blasting the pier too, actually. But it's just brought the whole place up $1 million. And you know, we're talking with a woman, a couple of friends and I were talking with a woman who was looking after some public resources in the city the other day, and I forget what it was we were talking about, but she was saying, oh, it's not our responsibility, and she wasn't really doing a lot to me by appearance. You know, it didn't look like she was very busy, and it's something I see all the time. And I see so many situations, like just returning from Christchurch, from Otautahi, and seeing the low socio-economic communities there, and the verges and their grounds just don't look nurturing or comforting at all. You know, they just haven't had any love. The people there are just doing it tough. The whole strategic move of the planet pretty much is divide and conquer and disempower in a large way. We pretend that we're playing inclusivity, but we're not. We're censoring, we're pushing people out and saying that they can't have a place when it doesn't suit certain narratives, etc. And you'll be aware of the video clips that I've made around the masculine and how much it's getting persecuted. In the justice system. And anyway, so you know, I think it's really valuable to just consider. For me, I've grown up with nothing, and growing up with nothing, you learn to do what you can with nothing. You don't sit around waiting for somebody else to make it happen for you, because it's just never gonna happen, mate. The difference with growing up in very low socio-economic suburbs, as I did as a kid, with the other kids' households and my household, was that in our household we had no alcohol, no drugs, we had very high quality food, certified organic, we had natural fibre clothes, prayer, fasting, and a real value of virtuous action, expression, etc. And I didn't spend a lot of time with in the other kids' homes, but what I did, I noticed there was alcohol, not really drugs back in those days, but in today's times it's definitely a very large aspect of low socio-economic community. A non-valuing of virtuous action, so to speak. So thieving's okay, sexual promiscuity is okay. And there's a bit of a subject, you know, there, you know, there's a bit to talk about there as far as sexual promiscuity is concerned, or sexual expression. I don't think you can really be outlined easily in 2 words. And there was domestic violence as well. There was dirty environments, so the homes of the other people, the other kids that I knew in those kind of environments weren't clean, etc. They didn't have good examples around them to learn from, and there wasn't a valuing of virtuous. I think saying virtuous action will be pretty fair and reasonable way of saying it. You know, when I think of Sam Johnson and the volunteer army work that he's been doing, I think, and I take my hat off to the brother. You know, he did a fantastic job. I was pretty burnt out at that part of my journey. but I would have loved to have organised something like that myself. And I still think about it a little bit, but yeah, and I'm doing these videos all the time. I'm not making any money out of these videos. Well, not of course, but I'm not yet. And so for me, it's a form of giving. It's a form of work. It's a form of giving. And if it doesn't work, I've got to change. Otherwise, I'm not being smart, and I'm certainly not leading. So I have to find a way to create financial sustenance for myself through how I express myself. Otherwise, I'm just martyring myself, and being a martyr is not good leadership. Anyway, I've nearly driven all the way into town now, and it's 10 minutes to 6 minutes as far as the clip is concerned. But then, geez, that so much looked like Hana Tapiata, but I don't think it was. Her hair was definitely not as long. Anyway, that's it. I don't know what title I'll put on this, but whatever. I'll put it up and see what happens.